moving on to our next topic, one that I hold dear to my heart, the development of local and regional ecosystems, the last mile networks. Here we're going to talk to a bunch of representatives from different startup communities around Spain to learn from their experiences and see what they're doing to generate vibrant ecosystems for the entrepreneurial communities in their regions. Good. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Here we have today, hi guys, hi everybody. Thank you so much for joining.
Liz. Hi everybody.
South Summit TV. Here we are. All of you have been to South Summit in previous editions, and here we are with something completely new. So delighted you guys could be here to share with us today. Here we have Miguel Vicente, who's chairman and founder of Barcelona Tech City. We have Juan Hortelano, president of Startup Valencia. Javier Andrés, representing Chamberi Valley, Madrid. Xavier Álvarez, representing Biscay Startup Bay. And Joaquín Cuenca, founder of Freepik company, representing Malaga. Thanks again, guys, for being here. I'm going to start with you, Miguel, please. Maybe tell us a little bit about Barcelona Tech City. What you guys do, what have you found is working locally in the ecosystem in Barcelona, and maybe what are your ambitions for the future?
Yeah, so thank you all. I'm really pleased to be here today with you with so many friends. Yeah, from Barcelona Tech City, we believe that in general, the Spanish ecosystem and Barcelona in particular, they are in really good health. We've seen the numbers that Javier and before show about the ecosystem. So we really believe that this is all about talent. So there are two vectors here in this sector to be successful. So one is the ability to attract investors. So investors, they are there, they are international, they don't have any nationality, and they love every day more to invest in cities such as Barcelona and in Spain in general. Thanks to the track record we had the last years. And the second vector is the ability to attract talent. That for me is the most important one. So what we've done in Barcelona in the last 10 years has been rolling this virtual cycle of more exits, more investments from international investors that have done their first investment in Barcelona or in Spain, and then they come for a board and they continue coming. No? And what we've done mainly is create some physical hubs, such as P001, Front C, where you can find a space of more than 12,000 square meters just focused on startups, where we combine corporate labs such as Telefonica, such as La Caixa, some others that have put their labs together with the startups. According to Forbes, this is one of the 5 biggest technological hubs in the world. So, and that has been key to attract talent and to put all the startups in the ecosystem together. So what we are trying to do, and what is key to really strengthen the ecosystem, is put all the different pieces of the ecosystem together: entrepreneurs, startups, investors, corporate labs, and all they working together. No? And what the plans that we have in the future is to expand that in different buildings with the same concept, but they are going to be vertical. I mean, it's trying to replicate this magic that happens in this space, but do that by vertical. For example, a healthcare building hub, another one for mobility, another one for e-commerce. In fact, we have already developed 2 of them, so now we have three different spaces and hubs that are all 3 connected, and that's the plan for the future, continuing with this strategy that has been proven to be successful for strengthening the ecosystem.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, and you've been very successful to date, so we'd like to see more of that. Continuing, Juan Luis, welcome back to South Summit. Tell us a little bit about Startup Valencia and what you guys are doing locally.
Yes, hello everyone. Hello, Liz. Thank you. So, Startup Valencia is the result of a lot of people working together for the last 15, 20 years. From the very beginning, the Valencia ecosystem started growing in a slow, but I think what we can call healthy way, where all the players had a common objective, and that was trying to create a tech startup friendly city. And this seems easy, where there are 3 players involved, but I think it isn't. I think that union has been key to the growth and for what we can call a success, a little success, a small success, 10 or 15 years later, where Valencia has become the third city ecosystem in Spain. And looking back, I think that this alignment, together with other reasons, helped bring the first accelerators here to the city. Maybe the first ones in Spain before all these accelerators and incubators bubble. We have Business Booster, now ABC, we had Plug and Play, Demium, and a few others that they invested in more than 300 startups since 2011, and they have been the seed for other initiatives like, for example, now Lanzadera. And even being competitors, there has been always a good relationship among all the stakeholders. And I think this definitively helped create Startup Valencia 4 years ago. Having the association leading the efforts from the private sector and acting as the unique point of contact with the government and the public sector, I think that helped improve the ecosystem a lot. And also not relying on public money. I think that's key, to have some credibility and to avoid becoming another nonsense association living from public money. And I think in Valencia we have the talent with top universities. We have friendly and attractive city. We have a nice balance between cost and quality of life, but still it's not enough. I mean, to create a mature ecosystem takes time. We are on it. You need success stories like other cities we know, for example, Barcelona, Madrid. And this is what we hope to see here in the next 5 to 10 years. We have already some promising startups and scale-ups and a good relationship with investors, but there is still lots of things to improve and optimize, especially local investors, even with a good traction with investors from Madrid, Barcelona, or even international. And also there is still a lot to do here with local companies, corporates, industries. We have a lot, and there is still a space where they can work together with startups to embrace innovation. But we know this takes time and is one of the challenges of the association. So we hope with all these ingredients and the help of all the parties, we can be in a much better position in the next years.
Exactly. A lot of work done and a bit more to do, but congratulations on what you've developed so far. Thank you, Juan Luis. Javier, ¿qué tal? How are things in Madrid? We're here now, but I want to hear from your thoughts in terms of how the ecosystem is developing here locally in recent years and what else is left to do.
Sure. Hello, Luis. Thank you very much for inviting us. Well, I think Madrid is really thriving as a city. I think everything has changed a lot in the last 10 years. If you look backwards, me as a part of Chamberi Valley, for example, we used to be a group of small entrepreneurs hanging out together to help and support each other. And just looking at all the members from Chamberi Valley, pretty much most of us have been successful selling our companies and now are really, really active investors into the ecosystem. And I think we are just a clear example of what's going on in Madrid. So as Miguel said, I think talent is key, and Madrid is one of the biggest attracting points for bringing talent from all over Spain, but also from overseas. And I think we are seeing more and more companies being successful. I think we have some of the top success stories, not only in Spain, but also in Europe. And this is like a flywheel that spins faster and faster. And we are seeing this growth because all these successful companies being formed here. Because at the end of the day, these companies with all those employees who have seen and who have been part of the success of those companies, usually they exit after the company and they start a new company or they start a new investing firm or something else. So the flywheel spins faster and faster. So I think Madrid is really well positioned. I think also we are all pretty much all of the biggest companies in Spain have at least if not the headquarters, at least one of the big companies also here. And I think we are seeing big corporations paying much more attention to what's going on to the startup community. And I think they see us now as a fast track for the innovation to them. So we are seeing a lot of collaborations. And also we're seeing a lot of involvement from the education ecosystem. So many universities and many education hubs have been created in order to create more talent. And I think now many students and many young people see the startup field as as a landscape for opportunities and as a way to start a great career. So in the end, I'm really positive about the future of Madrid as a hub, because of all these success stories happening in the last 10 years, and because pretty much all those employees are still working in the field, launching new startups, which I'm.
That's an important point, Javier. We just got him cut off there, but I think he was wrapping up. It's amazing to see the second-time entrepreneurs start to revive the ecosystem in Madrid, so that's exciting to see. Javi, how are you? Tell us what's happening in lovely Bilbao and the Biscay region.
Hi, Liz. Thank you so much for counting on us for this panel. It's a pleasure. I think this is important. It's Skyway is so cold, but I think that the most important thing is Bilbao is not the ecosystem. I see the ecosystem as Basque Country, and Bilbao is one location within the ecosystem as San Sebastian or Vitoria or Mondragon are. So I think it's a Basque Country, the ecosystem, or Skyway, as we are called. I think that we have three vectors, three main vectors that are key and are working pretty well here. Our own taxes is pretty important. Public support and collaboration between corporates and startups. The tax, as you know, we have tax autonomy, and we have our own tax laws, strategies, policies different to the rest of the Spain. And this is because Basque authorities are using pretty well this strong tool, impacting on startups. For instance, here the taxation of the acquisition of capital stock by employees of startups is much better than in the rest of the Spain, even tax-free in some cases. Impacting on VC industry. For instance, the taxation of the carried interest that the GPs of VC funds earn is much better in the Basque Country than in the rest of the Spain. And that's the reason why, or one of the reasons why funds like, I don't know, Fitalent or Isios or Inverready have relocated their headquarters to the Basque Country, and this is very important for us. And impacting on corporates, because our tax laws establishes a strong tax deductions for financing startups, not only through equity, but financing startups in different ways. So this is very important. Second, public support, because our public administration is has huge programs and public aids for launching and scaling startups and R&D projects, and even for public VC funds like Seed Capital Vizcaya, Capital Riesgo País Vasco, or Carpen, who co-invest with local investors. So it's important in order to create investing culture here in the Basque Country. And third, last, the collaboration between startups and industrial corporates. You know that Basque Country is a very industrial region with big industrial corporations, and those companies are mostly pretty convinced that working with, investing on, or even buying startups is the only way to keep being innovative. So the interaction here is very high between startups and big corporations. So that's the reason. That's the reason why I think that mainly for B2B models, startups with products solving problems for industrial corporations, I think the Basque Country is one of the places to be.
Yeah,
so that's the sector. I think that's very important.
Thanks, Xavi. Sounds pretty strong there with your three-pillar strategy. And moving to Joaquín in Malaga, tell us a little bit what's going on there, Joaquín.
Hi. So here the strategy in Malaga is the government started creating the PTA, which is a technological park, where they have today more than 600 companies and over 20,000 employees in the technological sector. That was an important push in the very beginning, but I think these technological innovations didn't drip that much actually into the city, into the entrepreneurs in the city. And that's when we got like a second wave of companies that were started by people from Malaga, inside the city, And then we got companies like Up to Down, like ourselves, Freepik, that were very successful outside of the park. So, and the thing that make us apart from other cities is that here we had like a lower footprint on the investment, lower footprint from VCs, private equities, etc. And therefore, all the companies took a more of a bottom-up approach. They were bootstrapped in the vast majority. And now we are big enough that we are starting to attract those people. We're starting to attract private equity and venture capitalists. So I think today we're to a really big opportunity here. Like Malaga is being like the hub of the south of Spain. We're talking like 8 million people. And today, what makes this thing work is people. So if we manage to make a place that is nice to live, a place where people want to go, where talent wants to go, I think we will be like more than halfway there. And by that standard, Malaga, together with other cities in Spain, like Barcelona is great, Valencia is great, Madrid is great, etc. All of them. Okay, but I think we are all in this together. Like Malaga is a great place to live, and we are a great place to attract talent, and we managed to nail that. I think everything else will take care of itself. Like, right? Our colleague here was talking about the great tax incentives in the Basque Country. We need some of that, okay? But I think it's a rounding error somehow. Like if we manage to create the right companies to get the growth,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be secondary.
Excellent, yeah. Thank you, Joaquin. Really interesting points. Might not need the tax incentives if you have the sunshine. So Malaga has already proven it's well able to attract international talent. Folks, thank you so much. Javier, you're back. We lost you there for a second. We lost your connection, but here we go. These are the digital events. This is what happens. Folks, thank you so much for being with us. We'll see you at the next edition of South Summit, and congratulations on all your local and regional initiatives. Thank you so much. Fascinating to hear.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Take care. Bye, guys.